Hello, my loves. Welcome to another video. We are going to be talking about a tarot deck that I just added to my collection that I think a lot of you are really going to love and you're really going to want to see what this deck looks like, especially if you are totally into the Rider-Waite decks, if you love to collect Rider-Waite or you love to collect the clones. If Rider-Waite is your preference when it comes to reading tarot cards, this is going to be a deck you're really going to want to check out. You're really going to want to see. So that said, if you are interested in watching, if you are interested in seeing this beautiful deck that I have to show you, please keep watching. So you guys, as you know, I usually, when I'm showing you guys decks, I am usually buying mass market decks. They're just easy to get my hands on. I usually find them at Barnes & Noble. I shop Amazon. Sometimes I shop on the actual publishing websites. So I mainly have mass market decks in my collection. If it's not mass market, then it's usually a vintage that I found secondhand on eBay, or it's a Baba Studios deck. It's like one of those three. But I do own a couple indie decks. And I believe the last indie deck that I bought for myself, the Avasomnia Tarot. And I think this was a few months ago. It was probably like earlier in the year, so at least 6 months ago. But I think that was honestly the last indie deck that I bought until this one. This deck that we're talking about today, I actually found it on Etsy. And before, like a lot of the ways that I would obtain my Rider-Waite decks was by looking on Etsy. I would do a search and I would just scroll and scroll and scroll, and I would find some really beautiful decks that you just haven't seen or people don't talk about or they don't get much recognition. So I found a lot of really beautiful decks throughout my years browsing on Etsy and just being, getting lucky and finding that random little gem. This one was another one that I found at random, and I really think a lot of you guys are going to love it. So without further ado, the deck that we are going to be talking about today is called the Teller Tarot. So the Teller Tarot was created by the person that goes by the Etsy name Teller Tarot. I will put their information in the description box so that you can check out their Etsy shop. You can see what else they have, but also you can claim a deck for yourself if you find that you really enjoy the artwork and the way that this one looks. I will say that the seller sells only within the US. I do believe that they are here in California. I just bought this one a couple days ago and I already got it. So I do believe they are shipping out of California, but they only ship within the US. So just kind of keep that in mind as you are shopping for it. This deck is absolutely gorgeous. It has the beautiful bright colors. You have bright pink, bright greens, you have this aqua green, and this like hot orange. You will find those colors throughout the entire deck. It's pretty much made up of just those few colors. So that's kind of what makes it unique, and it really has this aesthetic about it. So the deck itself comes in this box. It comes in one of those hard boxes that lifts from the top. And you have the gorgeous deck inside. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the cards, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. And then I will move the camera down to the table so you guys can get a closer look at these beautiful cards. I already shuffled them, so they're out of order, and I will not be showing every single card in this deck. I like to kind of keep the element of surprise. We will have a closer look in just a moment. So the deck itself does come with a guidebook. As you can tell, it is a full color guidebook, just so you know. But I would have to say it does not have much information. It is like your typical little white booklet where it will come with the beautiful image of the card, but then it just has a couple keywords for both the upright and a reversed position of the card. So you're not going to get much out of this guidebook. So I would definitely say if you're new to the tarot, you'll definitely want to pair this with maybe like a tarot book that you really love that you're studying off of, because you're not going to get much from the guidebook. I'll just say that. The deck itself has these beautiful card backs. They are kind of like a dark, smoky black, grayish color, like a real deep, dark charcoal. And they have the lime green line work. So the thing about these card backs is you can read them reversal. It's not going to tell you which way the card is. So I know some of you guys, that is, something you look for when you're buying a deck. So yes, definitely you can read reversals with these, and it's not going to tell you the direction of the card when it is face down. The card stock is very thin, but it's not thick. Like, it's kind of like perfect. And it is definitely the same consistency of like your typical Rider-Waite decks. I was comparing this one to my original Rider-Waite from the 90s, and the cardstocks are very similar. The face of the cardstock is kind of like a buttery satin feel, and it is, I don't know if I would say this is matte, but it is definitely not a gloss. So you can take pictures of this card and you're not going to get, massive glare and all of that. So I love that for this, because the colors are so beautiful. You really want to enhance that in your pictures, and you don't want to get the glare and all of that other stuff from the glossies. So you're not going to have that problem. So we love. And the cardstocks themselves, the thickness to it, I would definitely say you could shuffle this. Like, I've already shuffled it myself. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. It does feel like your typical, Rider-Waite deck. And the sizing, same size, same typical standard Rider-Waite size. So yes. Another thing about this deck is the colors. Like, I already talked about the colors, but when you fan them out, you really see how beautiful. Do you guys see that? Just how gorgeous this looks. So the major arcana have a lime green border. So they do have that lime green border, which I don't think it's that bad. Some people don't like borders and all that, but I don't think this is really that bad. The wording, like the titles of the cards, is rather large, but the font is readable. So I love that. But yeah, if you're not into like the large titles, that might bug you, but I don't know. I feel like it just kind of goes with the way the card looks, if that makes sense. So some of the borders along the minors are pink, and then you also have the aqua green blue borders as well. So you have a set of 3 different kinds of borders. So it's kind of cool, and I think that's what makes the pops of color as you're fanning out the cards. It just looks really cool. I also specifically wanted to talk about the moon card, because we all have that one card that we love to look at when we're looking at decks. We all have that one card that we have to see before we make the purchase, and the moon is mine. So if I can ever see what the moon card looks like in any deck that I am, on the verge of buying, I will definitely check it out. The moon card in this deck is absolutely gorgeous. I love just how all of the colors fit and they flow. There's just nothing about it that I don't like, to be honest. Even the border, I'm just totally cool with it. It just fits. There's just this aesthetic that comes with this deck, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So fell in love, totally enjoy, and I think you guys are really going to like it too. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at these cards one by one on the table, and you can see for yourself if this is something that you would like to add to your collection. Okay, you guys, so here's a beautiful look at the cards. I wanted to kind of show you again the deck so that you could see it up close. Here's the box. It's really a gorgeous deck. Here's the card backs. And you could tell they're not glossy at all. Like I said, I am not going to be going through all of them. I really want to give you guys that chance to kind of just see for yourself as you open up the package. So of course we got to start with the moon, one of my favorites. This is the one with the pink borders, the Six of Pentacles. So I do believe some of the minors, I think it's like the pentacles, and I don't know if it's the wands that are pink borders, but the cups are the turquoise borders. And then the major arcana are green. And I just love the colors, like the way, oh, they're just so different. Like the magician, he's got a blue face, or that Aquarius. He's got that turquoise face. And like I was saying too, the Three of Wands, like, so the titles are rather large, but I don't know, I feel like they just fit. I really love the colors of the Death card because you have black. So you do have like little bursts of black here, like the horse and stuff, but it's not necessarily the main colors. But I do love that they kind of kept that concept that, you know, the Death card is one of the darker cards. It's a shadow card. So you have the dark black background. So I kind of love that. The wands, yeah, so the wands are pink as well, pink, and the pentacles. The cups are the turquoise blue, and then that means the swords are also blue. I just love how everything pops. I want to see if we can find the other darker card. Interesting, the sun has that black as well, but it still looks like a happy color combo. Very beautiful. I want to see, ooh, I love that they did this. So look at the wands, they're different colors. It's pretty cool. I want to find one of the darker cards. I want to see the Tower. I don't think I've seen the Tower yet. Oh, I think that's, here we go, look. The Devil. I love that they made him red. The Lovers. I'm kind of hoping we didn't pass it up already, but we probably did. The Justice, look at, she's blindfolded. I love that. I think we did pass up the Tower. I'm just curious to see if the Tower is, here's the Ten of Swords, or the Nine of Swords, I'm sorry. I'm curious to see if the Tower is black. So I guess you guys are gonna see a little, ooh, that's a pretty star. Love that. Here we go. The Tower. Oh, I really love this deck. It is absolutely gorgeous, I think. And even just like when you see them all spread out on the table, you just get this beautiful mixture of the colors, and everything fits and everything just goes, and it's just such a gorgeous deck. It shuffles really nicely. So I really think that this is going to be a fun addition to a lot of your guys' collections, especially if you collect Rider-Waite decks. This should be in your collection. No pressure, but you know. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for being a part of this little video, and leave a comment below. Tell me, are you going to pick this deck up? Do you own it already? And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video very, very soon. Bye, guys.